Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm good. I just forgot to turn my TV off. Excuse my reach. Today is Thursday, November 20th, and this is Coffee Break and Cards with Lish. If you're here and watching, I would love to see your comments, and hopefully I can see them this time, unlike last time, and I couldn't see them. So I did bring in my phone, and hopefully if it doesn't work up on my computer, it should work up on my phone. Oh, so, and of course, I have my sound. I can hear myself in both things. All right. Hey, Lori, how are you? Okay, so today I am sharing with you tags and a gift box to put them in. I'm using the Christmas and More tags. It is a DSP set that also has Infirma pack with it, and I'll go through that a little bit to show you that because that is now back in stock, which is so great because in my mind this is like a must-have for cards, gifts, tags, so much. It's just a really great set of 6x6 DSP. So I'm going to quickly switch my camera and there. Now you can see my table. So this is all the fun that I've been having making tags, and I just wanted to show you a few of them. But first I want to show you the boxes. So this is the first box that we are going to make today. Um, it is a divided box that holds tags, and it does hold quite a few. I have, let's see, one, two, three. I think it holds, if they're bulky, 6, but I think it could hold 8 to 10 tags. And for these, I used pattern, the pattern tags dies. And then I used that 6x6 pack of DSP. And so like I said, I love making tags. I always have. So I want to show you this cardinal is part of that Infirma pack with the DSP. And I also made this card. So you can do a little bit of matching if you'd like. You could have the gift, a card, the tag, or you could give this card with this box of tags as a gift. So that's a idea. And so yeah, and then the other box that we're going to make today is a shaker box. And now I know we've talked about these shakers before. This box has the shaker dome on the inside, and this also holds tags, but it also can be used for any type of gift. It's a pretty good size, deep box. So there's this. What do you guys think of that? I just think this is so cool. And then this is the inside of it. And then I made a tag using the shakers. And this one, I used the Festive Friends tag that's in the Festive Friends dies. And I made this one into a shaker. And it will fit if you don't add this little tab on like I did. And I already had it on, so I didn't take it off. Otherwise, this will fit in this box. See, just don't put that tab on if you have the Festive Friends dies. But isn't that cool? I just think this is so neat. And like I said, it could easily um, oh thanks Lori, be used as a gift box or for tags. Same with this one. You could easily put, and it's kind of nice because it's divided. And so I just thought this was so pretty. I just love this. I cased a demonstrator. Her name is Ruth Norton. I saw on Pinterest and I watched her video and she made this box and I just thought it was gorgeous. So I had to share that with you. Then I also made a couple tags with the gingerbread men. And what I did was I used the stamp from Homemade Treats, and I embossed with white and I put from the kitchen of, and then I die cut with the little candy from the gingerbread men set. And then it says Baking Spirits Bright. I just love that. So, so cute. So I did a couple gingerbread men tags. And this is be great if you're giving somebody a tin of cookies, or if you made a plate of cookies or little goodies, or whatever you make at the holidays. I just thought this would be so cute to go on them. I also made a tag with the Homemade Treats um, bundle. And this is the um, stamp set that I am going to be using on my next live on the 24th. That was one thing I wanted to mention to you guys. Normally I go live on Thursdays, but with Thanksgiving next week, I will be going live on Monday the 24th. Same place, same time. So 2 o'clock right here. But I just thought this was so cute. And then I did from the kitchen of, but then I left space and I put my name from the kitchen of Alicia. I thought that was so cute. And if you are running for time, in this DSP pack are these ornaments, and they already have the hole in the top. And I just added one of the little paper bows and a little uh, sparkly adhesive. But what's nice is these are white on the back. So you could easily just write a note or stamp to from. So I did that to show you guys with 2 of the ornaments, and then I added the real red and white baker's twine for the tags. All right, so let's get started. And the first, like I said, I want to make that divided box and show it to you because I just really liked this box. And like I said, you could easily use it for tags. You could use it for anything. You know what? Use it for yourself. It's divided. It's a nice little box. You can put it with your Christmas gift wrap, and you always know you have tags in there. Okay, so did make a template. I will share this with the people that sign up for my email newsletter. If you are not signed up, please do. You can send me an email, or in this video send a comment, or I will gladly get the email to you. So this is what we'll be making. These instructions will be for my email newsletter folks, and I will have all the instructions typed out for you. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, and I did do some things ahead of time to save on time, is you need a piece of cardstock. And I chose Real Red. This is 10 by 6, and it is already scored. So you know what you're going to, this is 10 by 6, I cut it, and then you're going to score, and so you would go, 1, so on and so forth, for those of you who don't use that to score. So I've already scored. So it's 1, 4.5, 5.5, and 9. And then you rotate your paper, and then on the short side, you're going to score at 1 and 1 on each side. So you could just put it in, flip it around, and then again 1 inch. It's a basic box. I'll grab my snips. And basically what you're going to do is you are going to cut to make your tabs to glue together. So we're just going to cut, and then we're going to angle each tab so that they fit together nicely. So, what is everybody up to? Is everybody ready for Thanksgiving next week? I don't. My mom hosts Thanksgiving every year, so we go to St. Cloud for Thanksgiving, and dinner is always at 1 o'clock. So we leave here in the morning, and we spend the day, and we leave. We try to leave before it gets dark. It's getting harder and harder for us to drive in the dark. Okay, so we have those done, and then you want to rotate your paper and do the other side. I just be nice. My mom does everything. She does all the cooking and preparation for the holiday. And she makes ham and turkey. And I can't wait to have a slice of pumpkin pie. I absolutely love pumpkin pie. My mom makes the best pumpkin pie. Okay. Does anybody do anything special for Thanksgiving? Do you guys go anywhere? Okay, so this is what your box will look like. Then you're going to need, well, this is not what the box looks like. This is what it will look like to get it ready to put together. Okay, and then you'll have a piece for the divider for the inside of the box, and that is 5.5 by 3 3/8, and this is scored on the long side at 1 7/8, 2 3/4, and 3 5/8. And basically, you just need to score this. There's no cutting on this besides, obviously, cutting the paper, the cardstock to the size you need. So I folded it in half, okay? And then I'm going to take these other two score lines, I'm going to fold them up because they'll go in your box like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my liquid glue and we're going to glue this center together. Lori, your son is hosting. Everyone is bringing something. Oh, that's nice. That will be fun. Okay, so we're going to take some liquid glue and we're going to put that in the middle and we're just going to push those together and we're going to hold it for just a bit so that it stays sticky stuck. Okay. So now we have our divider. Okay, and then we are going to fold and burnish our score lines for our box. And we just want to get a nice crisp score so that our box doesn't look, like I like to say, wonky. We don't like a wonky box. This way things just go together easier also. Okay, so you're just going to take yours and with your bone folder, get a nice crisp fold. Just like so. That. And then, and what's nice about this is a hinged, well, it's all in one piece. There's no top or bottom. I like a top and bottom, but this is kind of nice for something different. Okay, so you want to take your tabs to make your box. So I'm going to be using liquid glue, and I'm going to take my tabs, and I'm going to put the glue here and here, and I'm going to take this and just go like so, and I got hold, because I am using liquid glue, you do have to hold it for just a second. Okay, and I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to do the same thing, and I am going to put glue on my tabs, some liquid glue. If you'd like, you could use tear and tape. You want something that is strong and it's a good adhesive that will hold this together. Okay, so now we have that. And before, oh no, you know what I did? I shouldn't have put this together yet because we need, Oh no, never mind. That's the other box. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't cut my shaker dome in the inside yet. Okay, so now, but I know what I do want it to do is I do want to make a little thumb notch in here. Use whatever you have, a hole punch. I just have this very old Stampin' Up punch. Whatever you have will work. You just need a little bit of a thumb notch. Okay, and now we are going to glue these tabs together. We're going to put glue here and here. And hold that for a second. Make sure that it's straight. And then we'll have this. Okay. And there's our box. So now what I would like to do, and now it depends obviously on the color. If you're choosing a white center, this would be a good time. If you wanted to stamp something fun on there, you definitely could. I am going to take my liquid glue and I am just going to put this on both sides. You know, of all the boxes I've made over the many years, I don't know if I've ever made a divided box before. So I thought this was kind of fun. I really liked it. Okay, so now we have our divider in the center. And there's your box. All that's left to do is to decorate it. I didn't let this one moved on me. I have to redo this or it's not going to shut. Okay. And there is, yeah, see, this is why it's important to make sure that your glue is, before it gets sticky stuck, is that I was trying to go too fast. And I am going to try to do this. It's going to rip a little bit, but I want it to be able to close. And you're not going to see the rip because it didn't rip a hole. So you just want to make sure that everything is lined up with your score lines. Lori, a divided box is great. You could have a candy treat and a small gift. Yes, absolutely. Yes, this, like I said, I think it's great. It's a nice, it's a nice box, I think. And if you didn't want the divider, you wouldn't have to put it in either. So there, now we have our box. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to decorate the box. Okay, so this is a piece of basic white cardstock. It is let's see, what was this? 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And before I glue that onto the top of my box, I am using the Stampin' Mary. This is from the Traditional Labels stamp set. And I'm using real red ink. Okay. And I am going to eyeball this because I am going to use a cutout of the word Christmas below that, so I want to leave a little space. Okay. We have our word Mary. I'm going to put my ink away because I don't know what it is with red ink, but boy, do I make a mess with red ink. Okay, so with this, I am using, these are from the Greetings for You Mix and Match Inferma. Okay, these are so awesome. They're white and the lettering is gold. They're all laser cut and they're thick. They're very good quality. And if you want to, I mean, I do pop them up quite a bit, but they are adhesive. They're stickers. So there is a paper to peel off and they will stick. And they, trust me, they stick. So, and then I am using these gorgeous cutout bells and this pretty Christmas foliage with the red berries. And this is from that DSP pack I was telling you guys about. It is this, and like I said, it's finally back in stock. It's called Christmas Tags and More. Mix and match specialty designer series paper. And what's nice about this is it makes its own tags. Basically, you could just cut them apart. Especially like, see this sheet here, a lot of the tags I made, I cut these apart and added them to tags. And there's so many beautiful paper in here to make cards and coordinating tags with. It is just awesome. But what I want to show you is in the back is these are the Infirma cutouts. And that's what I was referring to. And I mean, they're just so beautiful. I mean, the poinsettia, come on, and a cardinal, stockings, and there's a lot of them. So I really, really like this. I think you'll definitely get a lot of bang for your buck on these, that's for sure, because I know I sure have. Okay, so back to our box. Okay, I stamped the word Merry. So obviously I just need the word Christmas. So I'm going to take my scissors and I am going to cut the word Merry off, but I am also going to round it as I go so that the C stays rounded and it doesn't look like it was hacked off. You like that word I use, hacked? Okay, so I am going to use seal for my basic white mat for the top of my box. And I'm just going to make sure I have it going the right direction, and I do. And that is not the right size. Okay, I did not cut my paper the right size. Okay, it said 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, but it is very possible that I measured incorrectly. Okay, let's take the handy dandy ruler, and it is 4 by 3 1/2. Okay, so 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. And we're only going to get a little sticky on our... Okay, so we fixed that. I'm going to add some more adhesive because I just cut it off. Okay, where did I do it in the box? Right here. Okay. And we are going to attach that just like that. Now, I cut 2 of the tags from the pattern tag dies. This is just the base of the tags. There are the tag that cuts out the branches and the one that cuts out the poinsettia, like, well, I think it looks like a poinsettia, and then the one that cuts the stripes. And I cut this with the traditional Christmas, I think it's called. It's the big suite that with the traditional labels. And what we're going to do is we are going to place them here and here. But I want this one lower and this one like this. So we're going to wrap them around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my liquid glue, and I'm not going to put any glue at the top right here because I am going to thread some twine through it. Okay, so I'm going to do the bottom one first. I'm just going to place it like so. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to wrap it like that. I'm going to hold it for a second. And then I am going to open this up and I'm going to trim this off. Just like this. And then I do have a little bit that went over the thumb notch. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm just going to cut that out. Just like that. And now I want to make sure I have, yep, I did get enough adhesive there. So now we have the bottom, and I left this like this so that we could get some thread through there. And now I'm going to do the same thing on this one. No glue at the top. I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to go down quite a bit. And then I'm going to eyeball this, just like so. And then I'm going to wrap it around, but I'm going to stick this down good first. I'm just going to rub it. And then I'm going to wrap this around. And I only have to trim a little bit. There's just this way little bit here that I'm going to trim off. I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to hold this so that I can get that in there, not cut through my box. Okay, there we have that. And now I am going to grab some of this beautiful, this comes from the Modern Christmas Suite. It comes with two things of twine. It comes with the black and gold and the white and gold. And I'm using the white and gold. I'm going to grab my ribbon scissors and I'm going to cut a pretty good size piece off. And I'm just going to thread this through here to tie a bow. And then that way we have, and now that's up to you. I mean, you could leave it like this and put a decoration wherever you'd like on your box. I just really liked the idea of having it underneath the bells. Okay, so you just tie your bow. I'm just gonna pull these so we don't have such long ends on our loops. Okay, and then I'm going to take the bells and they are gonna go like that, and then our foliage, our Christmas foliage, is gonna just kind of tuck under like this. And I am going to use dimensionals on the back of the bells. Let's see, I'm going to put one towards the top and one towards the bottom. I'm going to leave a space in between for the thread. And then I am going to attach that just like this. Okay. And let's see, I forgot to take the backing off of this one. Now I am just going to take this, I'm going to take some glue and put it just at the bottom, and I'm just going to slide it right under here, just like that. I'm going to trim these ends off of my thread, my white and gold thread. Okay. We're going to take our word Christmas, and I'm going to put some mini dimensionals on the back of the word Christmas. And if you'd like, you could peel the backing off and just stick it down flush. Which I think I'm going to take the backings off, because on this one I'm going to put a new dimensional down because it was starting to peel up. And I don't know if you guys know the tricks, or if you want to put dimensional stickers on dimensionals. and you don't want this to stick down, if you take your resin bag from your embossing buddy, I think is what it's called, and if you rub that over the sticker part, it unstickies, and then you can put your dimensionals on. So I'm just going to take the word Christmas, and we are going to put it right like that. And there is our box for our tags. So let's open that, and here you can see these are the tags that I put on the inside. Just, when I was first making them, I kind of went a little crazy and I went off the side of this tag. And so I have those, and I have that cardinal, and you can put your tags right in your box. So yeah, you can get quite a few, because now look at, I have those all on one side. So yeah, you could easily, I bet you could get 12 in here easily. Okay, so there's our first box. And now our second box is the shaker box. I'm going to get things out for that. So what do you guys think of the divided box? Do you like that for the tags? Do you guys ever like gift that type of thing, like as a hostess gift or anything like that? Okay. So here I have some paper for the top and the inside of the box. I have my shaker dome. I have my gold stars. You can ask Lori about all the gold stars. And then I have the Merry Christmas. Oh, thanks, Lori. I have my dies from the pine trimmings. This was one of the classes I did. And we're going to use the tree die. Put these aside. And then I have, now my top is real red and my bottom is soft seafoam. And I did that to go with the plaid paper to pick up the soft seafoam. You could easily use whatever color you would like. You could use white. I mean, there's crumb cake in here and garden green. Oh yeah, Lori, that's a really great idea. It would be a really nice gift for your teacher or your hairdresser. That's a really good idea. I really like that. Okay, so here's my templates. Here's the lid, and here's the bottom. And as I stated before, I will share these with the people that are on my email newsletter. They will get PDF instructions. Okay, so I've already scored these. So here we have our lid and our bottom of our box, and these measure at, now the top needs to be just a hair bigger than the bottom. Okay, and when I say a hair, I mean a hair. So this is cut at 5 9/16 by 6 13/16. Okay, so 5 9/16 is just one past 5.5, just one line, and the 6 13/16 is just one line after 6 3/4. So like I said, it's just a hair. This one for the bottom is the soft seafoam, and it's 5.5 by 6 3/4. And then on both of these, you score at 1.5 inches all the way around on both sides. And it's the same as our last box. You take it and you're just going to cut up on the score lines to make your tabs so you can glue together the sides to form your box. This is a nice deep box, I do have to say. And like I said, again, tags, candy, little stocking stuffers, chapstick, all that little stuff is so fun to get. And then rotate and do the same thing on the other side is so nice to get in a cute little sweet box. And this one is extra special because it has the shaker dome in it. I think kids will go crazy for it. I think adults too, because I know I sure did when I made it. Just adds that little bit of extra, something extra special to it, I think. Okay, so we're just cutting our and mitering our sides or angling so everything goes together nice. And then we're going to do the same thing on our lid. Okay, I'm just going to go like this, like that. All right. I'm just going to cut and angle, cut and angle. You're going to rotate your paper. And now I have got to remember not to glue my box together until we cut out our dome. That's why I've been saying in my head over and over, and that's why on that first box I was like, oh no, I glued it together, but I wasn't making the shaker one yet. Okay, so we have this done. So next I'm going to take a piece of the DSP and we are going to put it right in the center of our box. This is 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. And if you'd like, you can cut and you can decorate the sides of the box as well. And you would need obviously 2 of those for these 2 sides and 2 for these 2 sides. And I will have the measurements in my email newsletter for those. I'm just going to go around the edges because we are going to cut through the middle with our tree die. And I'm going to get this in the center, just like so. Okay, and then I'm going to take my tree die and I'm going to put this close to the bottom just so that I have a little bit more space on the top to decorate. And I'm going to use a piece of Post-it note tape so that that stays in place. And I'm going to make some room here because I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And yes, my bottom plate is atrocious. Okay, we're just going to go like this. We're just going to crank that through. And it easily goes through both the DSP and the cardstock without any problem at all, especially with the Stampin' Up's cut and emboss machine. Okay, I'm going to put this out to the side. I'm going to take this and put this back. That's out of the way. And now we have our cutout. I'm just going to be careful that this is a brand new piece of Post-it note tape, so it's a little bit stickier. I haven't reused it a million times. And there, now you have another tree for something else. I'm going to put this away so I don't lose it. And two, you could easily cut a paper bow with, the stamp set to go at the top of your tree if you'd like. I'm putting a sentiment up there. Okay, so now we have this, and it's all put together. I'm going to take my shaker dome, and I am going to take the top off, the top adhesive off first. Okay, I'm just going to peel that. If you like, you could use your take your pick tool. I'm going to peel that off, and then I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to set it right inside of here, just like that. I'm going to line it up and push it down. Okay, so see, now you have your dome. Okay, so now I'm going to take my gold shaker stars and I'm going to get the lid off without them spilling everywhere. And I'm going to take some generous pinches and put them in here. And here we can put them right inside the dome. Okay, I'm going to take another big pinch. Whoops, and I missed. So, Lori, did you have to pick up a bunch of gold shaker stars everywhere yesterday? I can't believe that opened up. Okay, so we have that. Put as much or as little in as you'd like. Now, the other box, I used the back of the DSP that is on the other side of the plaid. It's like a green with white stars. I am going to try the green gingham and see what that looks like. But first I'm going to take this and I'm going to peel this backing off. Like I said, if you need to, take your pick tool to peel it off. It does come off quite easy. Lori, it's contained. I'm glad it's contained. Oh, God. I felt so bad. Okay, so this is the inside of our box. If that bothers you that this is what the inside of your box is going to be like, you can definitely cover that with another piece of DSP, or you can use the print that's on the other side of the plaid. Okay, so we're just going to take this and we're going to line it up so that it's inside of our score lines, but also on the tree and that it's straight. Okay. So now we have that. I'm just rubbing this over the top. And there we have our top of our lid for our shaker dome. Okay, so I am going to fold my score lines just like so. This is a very easy box to put together. The hardest part was doing the dome. Oh, don't feel bad. I felt bad at first, but then I was like, oh, at least she still got them and they were inside and not, all over the post office floor. Okay. It was like a little confetti package. Okay, so now we are just going to glue our box together. I'm going to add liquid glue. You can use tear and tape. I'm just going to take this and fold it in and line it up so that it's straight. I know about these stars because they're everywhere in my house. Okay, we're going to do the same thing here. We are going to add our liquid glue. Good afternoon, Lori and Lish. Hi, Mom. I was wondering where you were. You missed the first box. Okay, so now we're gonna add some more liquid glue so we can cover the lid of our box. And we are going to line that up and we're just gonna hold it for a second so it doesn't move. And there is the lid of our box with the shaker dome in it. Isn't that cute? Oh, I just love that. Oh, and I don't know about the gingham. I think I might go with I wanted to see what it would look like. And I mean, it's cute, but I think I like this one better. What do you guys think? You like the gingham or with the white star-like things in it? I think the gingham is just a little bit too much with the plaid. Busy feeding your face. Okay, Mom. Mom was having lunch. Okay, so now we have our top. Now let's do the bottom. And we're going to fold. Are you having something good, Mom? Or did you have something good, I should say? I'm starving. After this is over, when I'm done with my live, I am going to run over quick to my team leader, Melissa's house, and go see Melissa and Kim. Kim is her mom. She's also on our team. And we ordered sweatshirts for the Incredible Crafters, and they came in, and I'm gonna go pick mine up today. I could have went yesterday, but I don't know. I was having a bad day yesterday, and I just didn't feel like going anywhere because I thought, oh, it would have been cool and fun to wear it today, but I can wear it next week on my thing because I have my Incredible Crafter shirt on right now. I always feel when I wear this like if I need to feel like the strength of my team or something, I feel like, and I needed it today. I needed my team with me today. All right. We're almost done here. And you know what I forgot to do with the lid, but we still can do it. I forgot to punch a hole for the thumb notches, otherwise it's really hard to get it open. All right. Okay, so there's the bottom of our box. Here's the top. I think the garden green would have been pretty instead of using real soft seafoam. Okay, so we're going to take a punch, any hole punch. You can use whichever you have, and we're just going to make some notches in this for the thumb so that you can get your fingers in there. Okay, maybe not. And like I said, anything that you have will work. This is a very old Stampin' Up punch. Actually, yes, something I haven't had in a long time. Egg salad sandwiches. Oh, I had egg salad sandwiches last week. They were so good. So, so good. Okay, so what I meant about the holes on the sides, it just makes it easier for the box to open. If I can get it together. Okay, so there's our box. And then if you didn't have these little notches in here, it would be really hard to get apart. But now that we have them, you have something to hold on to. You know, Lori, I'm not a fan of soft seafoam either. I just, it's so light, it's almost white. But for some reason, with it being in this DSP, I just using it a lot more. And it just seems like, why didn't I think to use that? It just really makes the other greens pop out instead of just white. Now I'm going to take another piece from that. What was it called? What was I using? The Greetings for You Mix and Match in Firma, and this one says Merry Christmas, and it's a banner. And I am going to, on this one, I popped it up, but I think on this one, I'm just going to put it straight down so that it doesn't take away from the pop-up of the dome. And like I said, these are stickers on the back, and they're peel off, and there's 2 tabs, which is nice. You can just pull them off. And once they're stuck, they're stuck. So I'm going to pick this up so I can tell. Okay. And there is our box. You could take it, you can add a bow to it, you could add some embellishments to it. I think I'm going to use these traditional sparkling sequins, and I am going to use the gold. I'm going to take one here and here. I'm going to take one of the little ones and make my triangle and go right there. And there you have your box. And like I said, it fits all the tags that we've been making. And obviously you want to push that inside. And like I said, the shaker tag, if you don't put that tab on it, fits in very nice. And let's bring in all of our things that I was showing you today, because that is it for today. We have all of our cute tags. And let's bring in our other box that we made. And this is the box you missed, Mom. And then it opens like this. And then it has a divider in the center, and then tags go on each side. And then there is this cardinal tag. Isn't that pretty? And then with a matching card that I showed at the beginning. Okay, so this is everything that we made for today. What do you guys think? Thanks, Lori. So yes, this is all of the tags, all of the boxes. There are so many different things that you can make. I want to share with you quick before I flip the camera back over, is I did make a different box. I wanted to make a box that was like, if you have the mini catalog, there is a box on the mini catalog. And I got the directions and put it together. I did put an asset window sheet in there. The original is just all DSP, but I wanted to try something different. And one of the people that work at Stampin' Up, I think her name is Cindy Schuster, she actually did a quick video with showing this divided box that fits tags. Um, this was a little bit harder to make, but still, once you do one, I think it comes across pretty easy. And then I did add stamped images on the inside, and these also fit Christmas tags. So this is another box. I did write directions down, so if you want them, I can get them to you. And there's that box I also made that holds tags. I just really love this poinsettia paper. Well, thanks, Lori. I appreciate it so much. And like I said last week, the same thing happened to me. I lost my comments, but I brought my phone along with me upstairs, and I have it on here so that I can see all the rest of the comments. So, not quite sure why that's happening lately with Facebook. But here I'm going to switch back to just me. And thank you guys so much. I appreciate you joining today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. You can email me. You can go to my um, Facebook page, has all of the information of how you can get a hold of me. Next week, I am sharing with you. It is a class to go, and that will be using the homemade treats bundle. That is a super fun bundle. That's this bundle right here. Oh, you guys can't see it because I've already switched the camera. Let me switch back real quick. It's this one that has all these fun cookie sheets and oven mitts and all of that. That's what's next week. I'm going to make 4 cards. All right. Well, that's it for today. Thanks again. And hope you have a good rest of your day. Um, yeah. So that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining. Bye.